How's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell J.S., and I am your host, Russell J.S. Well, here we are, day three, part one. Now, yesterday didn't go over so well, as you know from the last video with Universal Studios. It was disastrous. A lot of things happened. Pretty much almost like real life Clark Griswold kind of vibes happen, the disastrous part that make us laugh, but it was no laughing matter. I mean, I really got annoyed and frustrated, hence the reason I didn't film the rest of the way. I went ahead, what I did was, once I got out to the car, just ready to go ahead and leave, I kind of had a revelation. I said, you know what? That's when I said, you paid how much money for this pass, this two-park hopper? Just go ahead, finish it off, go to the original park, hang out for a while, just relax, have a bite to eat, and everything will be fine, right? So what I did was I took a few puffs off my vape out at the car, and I just went ahead and just relaxed for the moment. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go and do the original park. And like I said, I was starting to see there's the real old school, real kicking it old school. Because the original Universal Studios park was, in fact, a landmark of my childhood. Back then, you had Back to the Future, the ride, which is now The Simpsons. You had Earthquake, which is now the Fast and Furious Supercharged. The Mummy, Revenge of the Mummy, and that was, Confrontation. And of course, they had more Harry Potter stuff. I didn't go over by Amity because that's more of the Hogwarts and all that other stuff. I know a lot of you like Harry Potter, but, Harry Potter is not yet really that much. It's getting there. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, but it's getting there to where it's going to be old school soon, like Fast and Furious. But, I just went ahead and just walked around, and maybe that's what I needed. I went on a few rides. I went on E.T. And I did Transformers, which I had to do Transformers twice. I wanted to do it a third time and just make it where I just do Transformers, but, you know, after a while, what I needed was to relax, chill my brain out, just have a moment of Russell J.S. time. And I think what it is, you know, it is my first time and probably be the last time. Next time I'm going to go with, friends or something like that, or family, or, girlfriend. You know, it was probably because, I was there, it was just me, and I couldn't handle being by myself at the moment, you know, but in more ways than one, I got something out of it. Yeah, what you hear out there, it's people, other guests staying at the hotel. You know, people are getting ready to go to Disney World. I'm getting ready to go to Disney World. And, I'm going to do Magic Kingdom, spend most of the day at Magic Kingdom, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to Epcot and spend some time there. I'm going to try and not to mention, my phone was starting to get hot too because I was trying to make videos, and I was trying, it was just very very stressful. But, I took a breather and I relaxed and said, "Come on, we get through this. Let's do this. Come on." Maybe, and I learned something. Places like I'm going to see what Disney World is going to be like flying solo. But sometimes places like this, they're not so fun when you're by yourself. You want to be with friends, you want to be with loved ones, but you see, there was a lot of reasons behind why I'm doing this. It's kind of like a self rejuvenation, I don't know, a mental cleanse of the soul. I mean, I've been through a lot. I've been to Hades and back in the last, I don't know how many years. And, you know, I miss being I miss being with family, I miss being with friends. And I think that's what it was, and things took a disastrous turn until I turned around. I mean, I probably would have regretted it had I just got in the car and left and said, "Forget this. Screw this. I'm done." I probably would have regretted it, because after a while, I think that's what I needed, was just to go on two rides and find a source of entertainment, which I did. I got to watch the Blues Brothers perform, and I rode Transformers twice and E.T. I know the Transformers ride isn't that all that old school, but you know what? I grew up on the Transformers, the original cartoon show and the toys as a little kid. I mean, how'd you know I'm a kid of the 80s? I mean, I always bring up, the Griswolds and Ghostbusters and, Friday the 13th, all that good stuff that made the 80s great. I mean, it was a fun time. And, my favorite pastime was coming out here to Orlando for vacation. Now, I, uh, as a kid, I went to a lot of places because my dad was in the appliance. He was in the distribution of appliances and electronics. And I used to go to a lot of places on vacation with my parents when I was, from between the ages of 3, or should I say 2 years old, up until 14. I mean, I had been in my life, I've been to Philadelphia, I've been to Hershey, Pennsylvania, I've been to Aruba, I've been to San Francisco, Monterey, Phoenix, Arizona, Orlando, Hawaii. And you know what? I remember being 6 years old, my parents taking me out of school, and we went to Hawaii. We went to Honolulu. And there it was, I think it was between late February and early March. There I am on a tropical beach, a 6 year old kid. I get to, while everybody's back home in New Jersey freezing their butts off, there I am playing in the ocean, swimming in the pool, making sandcastles and whatnot, and going to see Pearl Harbor. And when we got home, my parents asked me what I thought of Hawaii, and I said, well, it's not Disney World. And there's my dad, like, you're a 6 year old kid while all your friends are, stuck in the snow. There you are, you want to go to Disney World, and here you're playing in the sand and the ocean and collecting seashells, bringing back pineapples, and all you want to go do is, I mean, that's all I ever wanted to do after Disney World, in that summer of 1984, which I can't believe it's been 40 years. It's like, wow, seems like yesterday. We were staying in a hotel for the night because the next day we would be on our way to Orlando International to fly into JFK to go back home to Jersey. And, but Orlando became my favorite destination. I mean, I forgot I went to Long Beach Island, New Jersey too, and still wasn't good enough. Wildwood. I just, I don't know why. For some reason, I just gravitated towards Orlando all my life since I was 6. But but yeah, and it's maybe I just got a lot of weird vibes. Maybe, who knows? I mean, I saw all the people with families. It reminded me of my daughter and reminded me of childhood. But I came out here just because I felt like I needed self-rejuvenation. You know, I needed to just mentally cleanse my mind. And, well, I did. And I'm going to get ready to go to Disney World. And I hope to see you there. I hope things go better than they did at Universal yesterday. That's why when I got into the original park, I didn't film anything because maybe that's what I needed. I just needed time. I mean, we go through it in life, you know. We go ahead, we take ourselves away from our friends and family for a few days, you know, go somewhere to mentally be at peace, you know, just sometimes you just got to take that time out. You have to have you time. You have to, get away from, your friends and family just for a few days at best. I say 3 days like I've been doing. And then you know what? Today I'm going to do Magic Kingdom and I'm going to do Epcot Center. And then I'm going to come back here to the hotel, do laundry, start packing, get everything ready to go home. And then maybe when I check out of the hotel, I'll just do a little bit more exploring, because I still got to see I still got to go ahead and look at the gift shops over at over there at I think it's either International Drive or 192. And I want to see that part of Kissimmee, where we used to stay. I want to see that, and you know, I want to reminisce. I want to show you where my favorite hotel was that I used to stay at. I don't know if it's still there. I think it's still there. It's a Holiday Inn now. But, you know, I remember the whole hotel building. It used to be the hotel building and the lobby were two separate buildings, and they had this pavilion that stretched 200 yards, and right next door was the Watermania water park. And I want to see if what's become of that area. But at any rate, I got to go ahead and get ready to see if I can catch a shuttle to make my way to Disney World. I'll see you guys in a little bit.